every week I'm onto something new. I'm onto somebody new from a influencer or a podcaster, author perspective. So Michael Singer's stuff has been what I've been on lately. And then, also just the most recent video I watched that is fresh on my mind is actually an Alex Hormozy video. So I haven't gone deep into the Hormozy content. I'm sure a lot of you out there are hip to him, at least a little bit familiar. Just because, I don't know, a lot of it isn't necessarily my cup of tea. It's not right up my alley as naturally as certain other things are. But this video definitely is something I needed right now, and that was related to routine. So routine is a topic that I'm sure, I've already gone into it, I think, a little bit, but will absolutely be, just one of those core topics that I'll revisit over time, and as things evolve, and as my relationship to routine and my perspective on it evolves. But just basically the fact that, you really got to be careful with routine. It is something that has helped me a lot over the years, but I think what I have underestimated is the actual harm that it could be doing, or at least I haven't been open to the possibility or thoughtfulness of what it could be doing to my psyche. So for example, anything that it relates to the language that we have when talking to ourselves. So, if you're using I am statements, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, or as it relates to routine, I can't do this unless I've done that. I can't be this unless first I do that. I think that's sort of the underlying tendency, or the underlying script that's being run during a routine. Because with me, my routine's evolving all the time, but it does involve a lot of me time in the morning. So over time, I've sort of developed this opinion that I need to do X, Y, and Z in order to be my best self. The intentions are always there. There's always positive intention with me having a routine. It's not like it's purely selfish. I need some me time, get away from me, the rest of the world, to turn everybody else off or just mute the outside. It's like I'm doing it so that I can fill up my cup, and so I can be my best self for whoever or whatever else needs me later in that day, or for whatever else I'm trying to accomplish, or however else I'm trying to serve. So there's certainly some benefit to it. But when it turns into I need this or else, like I need coffee or else I won't have energy, I won't be able to focus or create as well, or I need to do my morning pages, my morning journaling, or a little bit of morning reading in order to have my brain running in the right mode, or I have to get this specific workout in or else I won't have the energy to last me through the rest of the day. Like, these are all things that I would say, these positive habits and things we incorporate into our life, I would say they are majority positive, obviously, and they can have a very positive compounding effect of one thing leading to another, and you just can really shift yourself into a positive rhythm and flow with life. But the danger is it becoming a crutch, becoming a little rigid, a little inflexible, and I feel like it's one of those things where, especially after you've done it for so long. I've been routine oriented for years now, and I believe in some respects, quite honestly, it's probably weakened certain parts of my mindset and things like that. Because if I don't get in certain things in the morning, or I don't have the time, or something just throws off the morning, the fact that I keep so much importance on my morning routine and starting my day right, which there's certainly a lot of, like, psychological evidence to support that a morning can be a critical part of a day. But when I miss something like that, and then later in the day I notice that I'm like not my best self, or I'm not feeling the greatest or something, then instantly my mind automatically goes back to why. What caused that? Oh yeah, I didn't do this thing. And then I'm creating this potentially negative pathway that says, if I don't do this, then I feel like this. And got to be careful to get out of that, or not to slip into it, I should say, and should make the intentional choice to focus on a different script, and to show yourself that you can perform, or at least do a decent job at something, regardless of how you set up that endeavor. Because if we are depending on things to be a certain way, well, then when the world presents things to us later in the day that seem challenging, if we don't have that resilience and that ability to adapt and move with the natural rhythm of life and go with the flow, we'll fold under that pressure, because there's already been this script that says, I'm not energetic when I don't have my workout, therefore I can't do things that require energy. Or if I don't have my morning coffee or my supplements or my routine perfect, well, then I won't produce my best work. As if like your best work is required all the time. It's like, again, it's that trap that a lot of us achievers fall into, where it's like this pressure to do our best and be our best, and it can be a slippery slope. So anyway, I think it might be interesting to experiment with really letting go a little bit of the routine, doing the things in the morning, not saying like give it all up, skip the coffee, don't do anything for yourself in the morning, but more so like be a little more loose with it, and try to find the joy in the routine, or stick with the things that you notice that you're doing because you really like to do them. You're really passionate about getting in these few core things because like it just fills you up inside, rather than like it's required, I have to go through these steps. Because man, I feel like I'm even sometimes sort of ruining some of the things that I really do like doing, because I've shifted my relationship with them from I love doing them to I have to do them to be my best self. This morning I got in my morning journal, I got in a little bit of reading and a couple notes from that, and my coffee and a supplement and a workout and a quick little Bible verse reading activity, conversation with my wife, this talking. I mean, this is part of my morning flow too, is doing something where I verbalize, where I sort of create more so than consume. That's a whole other topic. I'm always consuming a little bit more than I'm creating, and need to shift that balance a little bit. But more so just like, you need to give yourself these wins where you show up and complete something and accomplish something regardless of how you laid the foundation before that, just based on your pure ability, your pure just doing the best with the resources you have. That's all you can do in really any situation. I think one of the ways to zoom out of this, a key takeaway from this, is like, dissatisfaction can really show up when we are trying to put too much control on a world that's out of our control, on the forces of nature and things like that, because that's a lot of inner turmoil. If you do everything that that sets up like a perfect day and sets up you living your best life, I feel like you're sort of also, you can be cultivating a sense of entitlement. Okay, well, because I did all this day should be smooth. And then when something happens that's not, then rather than reacting like water and just adapting exactly the way you need to be fully present for that situation, to accept it as just like a product of nature and just a thing that happens, and just applying your best self to that, you're lost in the frustration of like, why is this happening to me? How is this happening to me? I'm doing all the right things. This shouldn't happen to me. This is more something that should happen to other people, that this is for other people that don't take care of themselves as much, or that aren't as grateful and don't practice all these things. It's like, we're not exempt. I'm not exempt. You're not exempt to the worst thing happening today. It's not necessarily going to make it so that it's easy to deal with the worst case scenario, regardless of if it's a worst case. But when you can accept it as just an act of nature and something that you just have to respond to, no matter what the case may be, no matter what else the prior events are of the day or the week, and you can just be present and just use all of your faculties to address that situation accordingly and to be present for it, you really can live with a much greater sense of peace, because it's like you're just ready. You're just there, and you're just available for the natural rhythms of life, ups and downs. And you sort of step back from this relationship of necessarily like good and bad and highs and lows. And it's just like, this is the next thing. This is the next thing, it doesn't have to be labeled as good or bad. It's just like, this is the next thing, and I'm gonna deal with it and react to it, as best I can. So anyway, got off on a little bit of tangent there. I thought I was gonna pop in for a few minutes and just say thanks for the downloads, but we know how it goes with me. I am the rambler of all ramblers. And so anyway, got a whole nother podcast out of it, I guess. Hey, this is what I want the show to be anyway. This is what I want it to be. I want it to be natural. I want it to be, again, also things that you guys might want to hear. Because I am addicted to learning. And so I want to learn. I want to learn from you guys, and also want to learn, want to be able to connect with you about the things that, where we have some overlapping interest, or just any way that you want to jump in and join the conversation. I'm encouraging that. I also want to make it a goal to start sitting down with people, or at least, having virtual if necessary, but just more like interview, conversational podcasts with guests. So I'm putting that out there into the universe. I don't have that very planned out yet. That's one of those things where it's a perfectionist. I got to get this all right and get this all figured out before I can have conversations with people. Like, now, if you want to talk, if you want to hop on the show, let me know. I'm sure I'll be reaching out to some of you guys anyway to see if you want to hop on and just have a conversation about something. So anyway, all right, that's all I got. Appreciate it. Appreciate the listens, the views. And I really haven't looked any further out than that. It kind of is what it is right now, and we're just rolling with it, seeing what it becomes. So I hope you guys are flexible today. It might not have been the best start to your day. It might have been an awesome start to your day. Either way, we have to be open to both the good and the bad, and just seeing it as just the next thing that can unfold no matter what, and just adapting. So, all right, check in with you guys soon. Peace.